What's going on, YouTube? Super Insane 18 here with another episode of our Road to Ranked series. Let's go ahead and just hop in with a quick team preview. We have the Dragapult holding the safety goggles, running Breaking Swipe, Will-O-Wisp, Light Screen, and Surf. This pairs with our Coalossal holding the Weakness Policy, running Protect, Meteor Beam, Heat Wave, and Solar Beam. Next is our Urshifu with a Focus Sash, running Detect, Sucker Punch, Close Combat, and Wicked Blow. We have a Landorus holding an Assault Vest, rocking Fly, Rock Slide, Earthquake, and U-Turn. A Regieleki holding a Life Orb with Protect, Thunderbolt, Electroweb, and Volt Switch. And lastly is a Tapu Fini holding the Wikiberry with Protect, Calm Mind, Muddy Water, and Moonblast. This is the team that I got to Master Ball tier with this month. I actually did it the first day of the month, so we'll see how it runs with us today. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so we are against our opponent here, and they do have a kind of scary team, actually. The Tailwind off of the Tornadus could potentially be an issue with a Life Orb Hustle Durant. They do also have the Spectre, which is something to be a little bit frightened of. I think what we should do is probably lead Urshifu Regieleki here. Just because if he Tailwinds, he'll be faster than Dragapult, and we won't be able to get our Steam Engine off. I do think that I want to bring probably the Tapu Fini in the back, because it will have super effective damage on the Rotom and on the Urshifu, and the Regidrago. And for our last mon, let's just rock with the Landorus. It doesn't look like this is a good Dragapult Coalossal game. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what we can do. So it has been a while since I've actually played Pokemon competitively regularly. So we're probably going to make quite a few rookie mistakes here. But we will see. I was able to make it to Master Ball tier, so... Okay, and it is the water one, which is a little good news for us. So what I kind of want to do is go ahead and Sucker Punch into the Urshifu and then Electroweb here. I'm not sure with the Tailwind up if the Urshifu outspeeds our Regieleki. So it'll definitely be good to know here. So we go for the Sucker Punch. That breaks whatever Sash it might have. And unfortunately, it is faster. Who did he go for, though? He did go for the Eleki. Unfortunate. So now we're in a pretty bad spot, actually. Let's go ahead and swap into the Tapu Fini, and I think we max the Fini here. So I think I just max Starfall into the Urshifu slot and then maybe Detect with my Urshifu. Not Sucker Punch. It will waste out a turn. Well, no, because he can just go through my Detect. Let's go ahead and Wicked Blow into the Tornadus. And then we will max Starfall into the Urshifu slot. So we see that we maxed, which means he did not, because he would be faster under Tailwind. And I should take out the Urshifu here. There's no reason that I shouldn't. I don't think anything that he has can take out my Fini right now. Fini is really bulky. I think this is the first time I've actually maxed a Fini. Okay, so his Urshifu went for a Protect. It's probably best that way. Ooh, unfortunate for my opponent. We do avoid his Hurricane. Alright, so that almost took it out. We can Sucker Punch it next turn, that way we don't go down to his Hurricane. And this won't take out the Urshifu because he protected, but it will do good damage. So let's go ahead and Sucker Punch, and let's set up the... Well, no, we can't set up the rain yet. It is a water Urshifu. We do want to set up the rain, though, so our last turn will probably max Geyser, as long as he's got something that it'll be pretty decent against. Since he hasn't swapped, or since he didn't swap, rather, I'm assuming that he's got that Rotom in the back, and he doesn't want to bring that in on a Max Geyser. Not that I would Max Geyser that slot anyway, but it is what it is. So he withdrew the Tornadus, that's fine. We're not going to get our Sucker Punch off. And that does go into the Spectrier, which is fine. We will just Sucker Punch the Spectrier. He close combats. Our Sash is still intact, which is fine. He could potentially go for like a Will-O-Wisp, expecting the Sucker Punch. We won't get burned because the Misty terrain is up, but I mean, that would suck because then he can throw out the Tornadus and Hurricane, and overall not really a great time for us. He still has his max, we need to remember that as well. Because this will be our last turn of Dynamax. And he sends out the Tornadus. I kind of want to Sucker Punch the Tornadus. I kind of don't. I'm going to Sucker Punch the Spectrier. What's my last mon? It's the Landorus, right? Let's double into the Spectrier slot here. Just in case he doesn't actually do anything that's Sucker Punchable. Even if he protects, the Geyser will go off and set up our Rain. And then I feel confident enough. Okay, so that is good. And it is sashed, so we made the right play. So his Urshifu wasn't sashed, which is interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense. But there's not really much the Tornadus can do here. We will take out the Spectrier. And then we're in a really good spot. So if his last mon is the Rotom, we have super effective rocks. And we have now Rain boosted Muddy Waters. Granted, we are a little low on special attack because he snarled. But we could also just Calm Mind. I don't think a Thunderbolt from a Rotom will take us out. I could be entirely wrong. Damage calculate. Okay, it's a Draco anyway. So, good news for us. Because the only thing that this Draco really has going for it is the fact that it can Draco Energy. But that is not effective, or actually it has no effect on our Tapu Fini here. So let's go ahead. We will Rock Slide for the Tornadus. And I kind of want to Calm Mind, get a little bit ballsy here. So he did max the Draco. Not all that worried, honestly, on what this will do. That could be a mistake. I might regret those words here in a second. Let's see here. So he goes for the Icy Wind, which will do decent damage onto Landorus, unfortunately. So he's just going to lower our speed, and that was into the Fini. Which is fine. We'll take out the Tornadus here. And then I want to avoid Earthquaking, just so I don't hit my own Fini. That means Fly is technically my next strongest move. So let's go ahead and actually just Fly. I mean, unless he has the Protect. I think that we'll be able to live this Max Strike. And then that will activate our Wiki Berry. we are back to neutral special attack with the Fairy Aura, so hopefully this does some good damage. Let's see what this does, because this thing... Okay, that's... we're in a great position. That did a lot more than I thought it would. Because Regidrago has a monstrous health stat, so I figured that it would be a little bit more bulky. So the Max Strike's going to come. We know that's not going to kill us. And if the Fly doesn't take it out, the Moonblast definitely will. Alright, but the Fly's enough to seal it, so there you guys have it. We got our first win after our 2-month hiatus. Feel pretty good about that. I'm a little sad at how I played the Eliki, but it played out for me in the end. So let's go ahead on to the next game. My opponent seems to be rocking a very threatening team here, actually, with the, what is that, the Thunderous Therian form. I do think that this is a decent Dragapult Coalossal lead. I definitely need to bring the Eliki, I think. The only thing that scares me about the Eliki is the Thunder, or the Landorus on my opponent's team. But we can handle the Landorus if we bring our Finny. Yeah, Finny's a little iffy. This is difficult. So... the Finny will get absolutely destroyed by the Thunderous, and that's about it. But the Thunderous is enough to make me hesitant. Let's go ahead and bring it. I think we'll be okay. Think being the keyword. And then as long as our Dragapult gets the Surf off first, then we'll be okay. Well, it depends what he leads, because some of the things he has can be fairly threatening. Okay. Okay, so this is decent. Not 100% worried with this lead. He could paralyze my Coalossal, but I'm not too worried about it. Let's go ahead and... Is it worth Breaking Swiping first? Just to get the lower attack. I think it is. Because the close combat can activate our weakness policy, and then we can set up the Sun before we Surf. So, this, I think, is the better play. Because if I'm my opponent, he's either going to... Well, no, that could have been bad, actually. He might just be gunning for the Dragapult and just Wicked Blowing. I was thinking he would probably close combat. Oh, okay. So he went for the trick, gave me the eject button, which that's okay, I guess. I'm not mad about that. I'm not happy about it, but I'm not mad about it. Because now we can just Moonblast it. And then we can go for like a Light Screen just so that he can't Sucker Punch us, because he might try to go for the Sucker Punch. So it doesn't do that much damage. We do get the attack lower though. Let's go ahead and we'll just Light Screen and then Moonblast into the Urshifu slot here. So my opponent Light Screened. He didn't go for the Sucker Punch, so he probably just went for the Wicked Blow. I don't think I'm bulky enough to live this. It is a bulky Dragapult, but not that bulky. That's fine, though. This means that we are pretty safe to bring in our, what is it called? Our Regieleki here. He could possibly have the Landorus, which if he does, then we probably lose this game, honestly. We'll see what he sends out. Okay, so that's definitely scary. Man, is it even worth protecting here? I think it might be, because he's going to max. We do have Transistor, we do have Life Orb, so this Thunderbolt being neutral should do good damage. He didn't max, which I'm very surprised of. I definitely thought that he was going to max here. So he's taking my Life Orb, unfortunately. So, not as much damage as I would like. Oh, it's Volt Absorb! I forgot that the Therian form is Volt Absorb! Oh my god, we lose! We actually just lose! Wow, okay, not what I was expecting. I did not think of that. In my mind, Thunderuses are always just defiant. Okay, that's bad. Can we pull this out? So it is special, and Finny is very specially bulky. So there is a possibility that we can live a Thunderbolt here. Used Imprison, so we probably can't protect anymore. Can we live this Thunderbolt? That is questionable. Okay, we do. We do live the Thunderbolt. How much can this Moonblast do? Nowhere near as much as I need it to. Let's go for the Meteor Beam. And I bet we can't protect, right? Okay, we can. So the Imprison means that we couldn't protect. Maybe... Does Finny get Trick Room? Maybe he's trying to prevent us from Trick Rooming? Because what we can do is we can protect the Finny here. And as long as our Coalossal can live, we should be okay. And then next turn we swap the Finny for the Eleki, just because the Eleki is more likely to take a Thunderbolt. I think we lose, though. And I just realized that my camera froze, so we're just going to throw a graphic up there. I'm not able to fix it while recording. I do apologize for that. Okay, interesting. So he wanted to keep the Thundurus alive? Okay. Well, our Coalossal's probably going to die. Oh, he set up the Trick Room? Very confused on what my opponent's doing here. Very confused indeed. Let's go ahead and Muddy Water. So he does max the the Landorus here. Not quite sure. I mean, our Coalossal's definitely going down. Unless this, what is it called? Unless this Muddy Water somehow crits it into another world, our Coalossal's definitely going down here. So, the Meteor Beam did good damage. The Muddy Water doesn't do as much damage as we need it to. Let's hope that maybe he's getting greedy on the... Okay, no. So he definitely went for the Max Quake into the Coalossal. Coalossal's dead, and that is probably the game for us. I think he's reversing his Trick Room. Yep, okay. So, I feel a little bad losing to this opponent. He is kind of playing poorly, but the fact that I didn't realize that a Thundurus had The Volt Absorb is where we're gonna get screwed on this. So I can Thunderbolt into that slot and hopefully try and take it out. He should just swap here, though. Okay, he didn't swap. He set up another light screen. The Thunderbolt does nothing. Well, we do get a para. Okay, so it doesn't do nothing. It does very bad damage, but it doesn't do anything good. Quaked into the Finny. Finny goes down, and now we do lose because our Elegy cannot touch the Landers here, so we do have to run. I'm going to go ahead and save you guys that sight. I'm going to fix my camera, and I will be back for the third and final game. Okay, we are here with our third game. Unfortunately, I was not able to fix my camera. I'm not quite sure why. The camera is showing that it is on. For some reason, the computer is not picking it up. So we are going to have to rock this last game without a camera. My opponent does have a pretty decent team here, but it does look like it is a little free to go Dragapult Coalossal. And then with that, we definitely want to bring, I would say probably Urshifu Landorus. Urshifu Landorus sounds like the best option. It doesn't leave us much to hit the opposing Landorus with, but I can't bring Finny when there's an Elky and a Rillaboom. So that's what we're going to run with. And we will see where that leads us. Let me go ahead and try one more time to just fix my camera while we're waiting. No, unfortunately, doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why. It has been a very long time since I've recorded, so who knows what could have happened, but I will make sure that it is fixed by next time, and we will see. I might just be running too many things on my computer. Sometimes if I'm running too many things, the camera likes to freeze. So we'll see. I'm not quite sure when it cut out either. I noticed it halfway through the last game, but alright, so they are rocking Elky and Gothitelle is the name. I was spacing on it for a second. Not 100% worried about the Elky. Definitely more worried about the Gothitelle. Let's go ahead and Surf, and then we will max and probably Flare here. Feels like the better option for me. It is possible he's trying to set up the Trick Room. It's also possible that he might set up try to set up screens. I'm not quite sure. Gothitelle's a weird one that I don't see too many of. Usually it's either a Trick Room setter or just a follow me user to get pressure off the other Pokemon. He didn't max though, so okay, so he's just going for Helping Hand. Interesting. Ooh, that's bad. That's really bad. And he got the crit. Our Surf might take us out here. Oh my god, okay. Wow, that is incredible. Okay. I hope he doesn't have priority. If he brought the Urshifu, and it's, I mean, in general, regardless of which Urshifu it is, he'll either have Aqua Jet or Sucker Punch. So that's a little frightening. Wow, okay. Okay, I kind of wish that I went for the the Vocalith now. Okay. So he doesn't have priority, which is okay. Jeez. Let's go ahead and we should be faster than the Elky still. Let's Breaking Swipe, or not still, but faster with the Coalossal, and drop the rocks there just for the residual damage. Okay, so the Vocalith comes out. He didn't max. We do have our weakness policy up. Does this KO? It does not, but the rocks at the end of the turn will if the Breaking Swipe does not. Goes for the Electro Web. Our Coalossal does get taken out, but that's okay. Coalossal essentially took out 2 Mons, and managed to live on that 2 HP, so can't be too upset with it, honestly. The Breaking Swipe does take out the Landorus, puts the Eliki down to where I would assume a Sucker Punch would take it out. Oh, definitely, with the rocks, yeah, Sucker Punch is taking that out. So let's go ahead and bring out the Urshifu. Let's remember that my opponent still has a max. Oh, okay. Interesting. Close combat should take that out. Do I even want to worry about the Eliki at this point? Because rocks will take it out. Let's go ahead and light screen here. And then let's just close combat into that. Oh, actually, that was pretty bad. I'm pretty dumb. Because he can Electro Web here. And if he Electro Webs here, we're in a really bad spot. That might have thrown me the game, and I can't back out. Realized that a little bit too late. So if he Electro Webs, our Urshifu will be slower. If the Urshifu is slower, then we will definitely go down to whatever this Ice Cream Cone is trying to do to us. And we have Landorus in the back, which doesn't fare too well against this Ice Cream Cone. So yeah, let's see what happens. Pretty bad move on my part. He does go for the Electro Web. With any sort of luck, he focuses down the Dragapult. If he focuses down the Dragapult, then we're okay. We do get the light screen off. Please just Hailstorm into the Dragapult slot. Just Hailstorm into the Dragapult slot, please. No! Okay. Yeah, that is bad news for us. We are Assault Vested. So maybe the combination of Assault Vest Light Screen will be able to let our Landorus live. I very highly doubt it. But that was a definitely very bad move on our play. So I am going to blame the fact that we lost this completely on my stupidity and jumping the gun. Let's hope that maybe we can do this. The Ice Cream Cone's pretty fast. That does alright damage. Not great. We are faster. That does okay damage. If we can live this Hailstorm by some miracle. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. We might be okay. It'll take damage from rocks, and then it might be in range for another Rock Slide. I think that's in range for another Rock Slide. As long as we don't miss this Rock Slide, we're good. He definitely 100% should have taken out the Landorus. Let's just hit this Rock Slide. We hit it. Come on. Yes! Okay, there we go. So we did get a little lucky there. We made a very stupid play, but my opponent made a stupid play back. So all's fair in love and war, but there you guys have it. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. It is a little bit of a shorter one, I think, so I will make sure to bring you guys some more of this next Friday on our next episode. We will be using a different team, so if you liked, make sure to comment, subscribe, like the video. If you have any suggestions of Pokemon that you'd like to see me play, go ahead and do so. I will throw the rental code up on the screen now for a couple of seconds, but other than that, hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.